Your eyes right on me, please. If you're looking at me, then I know I had your attention. Listen, even if you're still kind of looking through your photographs and trying to figure it all out, that's okay. You're going to have a couple more minutes, but I want everybody to look right up here for a minute. First things first, your portfolios collectively, I think, was one of the strongest collection of portfolios that I've got in the history of me teaching photography. So you should pat yourselves on the back. I think generally speaking, we did really well. I think it's a nice display of your work and what it is that we're trying to achieve in here. I saw a lot of exploration and composition, and moreover, and playing around with camera settings and stuff like that, which I thought was cool. Generally speaking, we did great. If you have specific comments about any aspect of your portfolio, undoubtedly ask me. We can have a one-on-one. If you want to know why did I earn the grade that I've got or something like that, let me know. But what you're going to find is this. Try it right up here. You're going to find 2 sticky notes. Everyone. But get them arranged. Really, my goal is to get you to take the 10 that I required and then shrink it down to 5 so that it's simplified a little bit. So look, you've got the 5 of them arranged, and you've got all of your bolts right here. What your goal is today, for the first, I don't know, many minutes here, so it's going to take a few minutes, is this. What I'm going to ask you to do is to walk around, look at everybody else's photographs through this lens. Put your eyes right on me, please. I want you to look at it through this lens. What do you think, out of the 5 that are represented on each table, what do you think are the most artistic and technically most successful photographs on the table? And you're going to vote for one. So for instance, I'm going to walk, if I was a student here, I'm going to walk over to Luke's table, and I'm going to look at his 5, and I'm going to look at it through the lens of what I think is technically the best in photography and artistically the best. And then I'm going to choose one, and I'm going to take one piece of paper, and I'm going to vote for it. Try to vote off of the image itself. So I'd look at these, and I'd go like that, and I set the piece of paper on. So ultimately, when you're done, you're going to get however many people are in here. There's like 24 of us right now. You're going to get that many votes on your images. With each one of them, actually there's 21 excluding advanced photography because they're not doing this. So you're going to get 21 votes. I'm going to pause. Check with the person sitting next to you. Make sure they understand, he or she understands what it is I'm asking you to do here, how it is that you're going to vote. And raise your hand like this if you hear someone's confused or if you have questions. Hey, raise your hand if you heard some confusion and you have a question about it. One warning. Put your eyes right on me. We're looking at what we think works the best. So we're going to focus on that and not the opposite of that. Look, in this world, just to get on a soapbox just for a minute, in this world, we take visual representations of things and we hold them up and we display them, and thereby making ourselves really vulnerable. Put your eyes on me. I want to make sure you get this. In an English class, if we type a paper, we usually hand it to the teacher and then they grade it and then hand it back. That's how it works. So you don't put yourself out there as much. Because this is like this world of creativity and visual world, we put ourselves on display more often, and it makes us more vulnerable. So you've got to be really conscientious about that with one another, as you know. Go like this if you're with me. You with me? Okay. Everybody grab your piece of paper and stand up, please. Push in your chair, ladies and gentlemen. When I say go, and you hear the music, start wandering around, take your time, be thoughtful about start making your votes. Ready? Go.
Do we just set them by the club?
Yeah, set them by. I mean, ultimately, some of them might collect more than others. We just set them by.
Brooke, are these yours? These are amazing.
All right, listen. Go like this, so I can see what you have them. Listen, these are inexpensive, but I do have a limited amount, so we don't want to make too many mistakes. So here's what I did. I've done this before, but I quick ran to my office yesterday, and I did the demonstration on Vignette. So here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to cut the lights, but I'm going to play the video, and I pause at a couple of points, because I'm going to actually ask all of you to do this together. Our main goal in doing this, put your eyes right on me. Remember, our main learning goal in doing this is to keep body proportions. So it's much more successful if we do it all together, kind of pause, not go wander around. If you've got questions, wave me over, and I'll help you. Capiche? Good. Okay, here we go. Follow me with your eyes, please. A few things about Greek proportion, about body proportion that I want you to understand. Listen, these are huge. It doesn't seem like it. In fact, we'll get into like face proportions a little bit more too. But as far as body proportions, it doesn't seem like it. But your human body is made up of about 7 to 8 of your heads. It's an approximation. So obviously, because we vary so much in height, some people are going to be like 5 or 6, somewhere in there. Some people are going to be taller. You know, you think about like an NBA basketball player. They're going to probably be like 9 or something like that. But approximately 7 to 8 is like the average. Go like this if you're with me so far. Okay. In addition to that, your waist is about 1 head length. Most people don't realize that, but your waist is actually about 1 head length, give or take. The length of your arms, like if you look at me, for instance, from fingertip to fingertip, how tall is that? If I went like this, yeah, it's about 6, I think it's just longer than my actual height. My actual height is 6'1". And I think the last time I did that, because I was showing one of my nephews, I think it was 6'2". So my range is actually just a hair longer than my body. Yours is really close to the height of your body, which seems bizarre, like when you think about it. But when you start thinking about body proportions, it's going to be really important. We're going to make a sculpture. It's going to be a plaster sculpture. I'm going to demonstrate more of the parts tomorrow. But this is ultimately what you're going to make. One thing I'll be looking for, one of the learning goals in this, is to make sure it's proportional. So we'll talk more about the actual plaster sculpture itself, but what I'd like you to do today with the yardstick and with a partner, I know it's a little awkward, but I'd like you on your blue sheet of paper that looks like this, I'd like you to make sure you've got your name up there, because I'm going to collect it. I'm actually going to give you credit for doing this. And I want you to have basically measurements of the main parts of your body. So, for instance, your forearm from here to here. You can measure that yourself probably. Different parts of your arm, your legs, how tall you are, or how many inches it is from your feet all the way up to your waist. Measure your neck. So you could do, I would expect you to measure your head, and then you could draw a line and label all of these. The goal is to give you a sense of those different parts. So I would like you to label your head, your neck, the different parts of your arm, your waist, different parts of your leg. You can go beyond that if you want, but those would be the main ones. Do me a favor. Tell everybody at your table what it is you're doing today. Just make sure they understand what it is you're doing. Good. After you have them all labeled, ladies and gentlemen, then you can turn that in. With this one. Hey, happy to be with me? Check with the person sitting next to you. Make sure you don't have any questions. See if they got questions. All right, ready? Go. You're undoubtedly going to have to stand up. Oh, I want your total height, too. So make sure you get that.
I'm 5
Yeah?
Some of that apple's 9.
Yeah, I'll take it.